Alright guys, slight change of plans. Yakuza 6 got pushed back a month, basically. Well, more like 3 weeks, but not gonna get to play it this week, so I'm gonna do something else. I was also thinking about getting Ni no Kuni too, but you know what? I did get this from Humble Bundles, so let's just do this. Alright, let's see what I played Shadowrun Returns and Hong Kong. I streamed Hong Kong, but yeah, here we go. I have not played Dragonfall. I think it's supposed to, can you use the same party, use the returns? I'm not sure. But anyways, the year is 2054. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the Flux State. A grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon Lofweir only has so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. The perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. If only it were that simple. Oh, so this is like an anarchist state, right? I'm gonna go easy, because I only really care about the story, honestly. Which is interesting, because in, okay, so you're gonna make your new character. +3 karma is... Charisma, willpower, body. Well, since I'm playing easy, I think charisma, I'm gonna do charisma, because... because it unlocks more dialogue options usually. So. What uses charisma? Shamans. The only one that's important for charisma is. Oh man, they use the portraits a lot. I guess it's a cost saving thing. What would a good charismatic elf look like? Not bad. I guess this scumbag, scummy sort of way. No. Damn that mustache. Oh. Is this the real standard? Honestly, it barely matters. You're not going to stare at your character model that much. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows. That's why I don't think +3 karma is... Oh, +3 karma is more stat points, basically. Okay. Let's see. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. Okay. So the human thing is not bad, actually. Because, hold up, sorry guys. Let me just... Alright. Yeah. So it's actually not bad, because it basically gives you a few extra stat points. I don't want range combat. It's weird that int usually associated with magic is not in this universe. It is technology. Willpower. Does charisma matter in? Hold up. Actually, does charisma matter in Shadowrun for dialogue choices? I'm not sure. Hold on. Because if it doesn't affect the thing, I might not even... Okay, charisma gets you etiquette, which unlocks dialogue choices that you normally wouldn't have. Alright, that's something. So I guess I should... How many do I have? 7? So 4 and 3 could be good. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Oops. just deciding, because, okay, I'm looking stuff up, and there is mutually exclusive stuff, depending on what you're... mutually exclusive stuff, depending on your stat build. This is... I heard some good things about Ni no Kuni too, actually. I was deciding if I wanted to get it or not, but Yakuza 6 is next month, and so is Super Robot Tyson. That's also something I'm kind of on the fence on. Why is this alright, here we go. Bear. Ooh. Power Bear heals all friends when for the damage from the most recent attack. Cat. Gives dodge, coyote, quickness. Chance to hit is really important, I think. Move plus 2 is also pretty good. Dragon Slayer. Alright, I'll probably just take the chance to hit. Yeah. Evil. Spirit. Oh. Okay. Etiquette is all about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in this serious conversation. Well, I have the advantage of playing Hong Kong, right? So, I know this stuff. Supposedly, security etiquette is... Socialite, I guess? Shadowrunner, maybe? I mean, if you're going to be a Shadowrunner, you're going to interact with other Shadowrunners, right? But, dealing with corporates, probably. Maybe Socialite's not even that important. Make it academic. If you want to negotiate with... well, you're going to learn more, so it's academic, maybe? Yeah, academic. The usual. Life was, the Harfeld Manor Run. Life was good. Easy jobs, regular pay, a reliable crew. But things went south and you had to drop off the grid. Put a bullet in the past and start fresh somewhere new. The promised opportunity and, okay, no, we did that one already. As luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaefer. It's your third run with Monica and her team. An old castle holdfast, 1 hour east of Berlin, perched on a hill overlooking the countryside. The job is standard smash and grab. Crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece. A mediocre payday, but workers work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in your surroundings. Alright. There we go. The estate grounds are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old castle holdfast, cloaked in darkness. Nice, peaceful. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. Listen up, folks. Monica Schaefer. You ran with her back in the day. Watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader, and a direct hot decker to boot. Oh, someone for our party, maybe? She's a decker. We're on a tight timetable. I want to enter the estate, find the basement, open the vault, the data vault, extract the files, and bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. Trying to get home in time for Worm Talk, love. Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Maybe. How many times have I told you, you can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth. That trash will rot your brain. It's educational, she grins. Besides, it should be a milk run. Security is supposed to be light. A few automatic weapons, no armor. With a little luck, they'll never know we were here. I'll watch your back all the same. Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle. Just like old times, eh? Milk run or not, glory. We should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. They may only be private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Monica raises her arm and speaks into her wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screen. Iger, are you in position? Iger. The comlink crackles, and the response comes back low and soft. Softer than you'd expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire on the estate service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iger. Just doing my job. Iger out. Comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you as she drops her arm. See? We're professionals. Alright people, enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You say quick twice. Worm talk is on tonight, she grins. Glory raises an eyebrow, slightly. I told you, it's educational. Get your stuff and we'll head in. What do I get? Your gear and some weapons lying in the van. Grab a weapon. What do you get? I'm a... Hold on. I actually don't know what I want. Do I want the SMG? Do I want the rifle? I'm not very good at range. What's the most accurate? I guess rifle would be the most. Grab the rest of your kit. Air elemental fetish. Do I have a... Okay. Mission items. Carnal equipment. Here we go. What does this do? Oh, it's a consumable, sadly. Is there no auto run toggle? Speed. No, nothing. Alright. Enter the building. Let's scope around first. Enter map. Wait, hold on. Let's check out the... Maybe there's something. No, not. Oh, that's it? That's easy? Just go in. Open door. Whoa, this guy's got a T-Rex fossil? Damn. Private museum. The owner of this estate must have money to burn. Wait, let's inspect this. What is this? Variety of remarkably well-preserved Slavic artifacts. We're in Berlin, right? Yeah, we're in Berlin, so Germany. The vase in this case looks very old and very valuable. A fine scrollwork of lapis and gold leaf decorates its exterior. The interior shimmers with the organic beauty of abalone shell. Your fixer could probably move this thing in a heartbeat. Can't help but notice that the glassy casing, it looks awfully flimsy. Come back to it later. This cask is decorated with inlaid panels of ivory scrimshaw. What do we got over here? Combat tutorial, maybe? There's a door over here. What would it be? Okay, there's a locked door, so clearly there's some stuff we have to do. Oh, intruders. Can I smoke them out? Ooh, now turn these. I'm good. I've done it before. Acid bolts. Let's see. Here you go. Oh, it's damage over time, sadly. 54%. No, let me go over here. Oh, you can only move gold bullets. Oh, that's what I want to do. Well, this is easy, maybe. I don't know. There's only got a pistol. Nothing? What's... Oh, you can reload. No, I can't overwatch. Oh, hey. Nah, there's no way that would have hit. It's like 4%. There's no cover here. Is the problem. I'm gonna have to like. There is a bunch of them. This guy's still acid. Ooh, that hurt. That counts as flanked? That doesn't make any sense. He's like, holy shoot, that's mad damage. This is not easy too, by the way. Alright, somebody replace me. Do I just end my turn? How do I cast this? Well, since he's so kind to walk out here, I'm just gonna... Oh, why did I do that? Did I undo? Nope. Wow. Just gonna get shredded. Here. Throwing knives, not very accurate, sadly. Oh, whoa, we got people coming from the other side too. That's really crazy. There's still 6 of them. Turn combat speed up? Doesn't seem like it. Right. Go here. Oh. Get some one-on-one-ing this guy. Pierces up to 2 armor, huh? Guess we're shredding this dude. Summon spirit. I guess I can do that. What? Oh, you have to be within range. Apocalypse. Damn, what is this thing? That's really gross. What does this do? Minimum 7 damage? I can... Go bite that. Oh no. Yeah, this is the one thing I'll be honest, I like that the least, the combat. It just feels like busy work. Not, I mean, it's challenging, right? But a lot of it's just RNG. Like, if that shot hits, the guy's dead. If the shot doesn't hit, I'm probably dead. There's a lot of that stuff. That's super good. I should just close mine. 1, this stuff is happening too much. Well, on the bright side, their accuracy is really terrible. Oh, 13. I can do this, or I can just keep hitting him. It doesn't do very much, but I want to acid as many people as I can, right? Do it again. Flanking is I assume it raises accuracy. Yeah, because all the flanking stuff is... Oh, shit, that does a lot. Dead. I wouldn't have thought pistol does so much. Go over. Oh. There's one. Escape chance. What? Oh, you can. I don't know what this means. Oh, I guess it can. Oh, it can break free from control or whatever. That's what it means. I like how he's sitting right next to one of my guys. Like behind the same cover and it just shoots him instead. It's so weird. Continue acid bolting, or do I want to increase AP? No. Have some more. No? Keep missing. Dead. Move up. Still too low. Aim, throw, or should I move up first? I'm gonna move up first. I guess. Oh, I can't even attack if freaking. I need to give him more AP. That's fine. Just use him to distract the guy. Yo, that's bullshit. I missed him twice and he gets me with that. My elemental is drawing all their aggro. Oh, they're good cover. Here. Here we are. Oh, gotta use it. Why did you? Still nothing. Damn, pistol is really inaccurate outside. Just walk next to him. Just freaking. Oh, so the more AP he gets, the higher chance he breaks free of my control. But guess what? The more AP he gets, the more he can chop on this guy. My little duel is still happening. Alright, it should be. No? Okay. You know what? Let's just. Oh, the guy freaking exploded, basically. What is this glowing shit? Let's go to the other side. Terminal? Tricks. Well, we have a decker on our team. Just step aside. The display on your TRID flashing 12 o'clock back at home. Monica doesn't even bother jacking into the terminal, and her cyber deck remains slung over her shoulder. Her finger flicker over the terminal's virtual keyboard, and a moment later, a happy chime chirps out of the security node's speakers. Bingo, door is open. Let's go. There's an elevator, though. Okay. So what's in this thing? Oh, now we have an actual jacket. Whoa, you don't heal? The hell? That's really not great. I guess Monica, right? Alright. Gotta go in with a decker that's not me. What is over here? Oh, there we go. Oh, this is something I really don't. This is something I really don't miss about this series. Like the deck in combat is just kind of annoying. Like it's just a chore. And you can't have two people decked in, so it's kind of dumb. Oh no, there's one more. What does this do, Blaster? Oh. What's in this data store? Antiquities delivery schedule. A valuable shipment of antiquities will be arriving soon to Seattle docks. Useful information to someone who can take advantage of it. Alright, we're probably going to sell that information later, aren't we? That's something I don't like about the combat in this series. There's no resting, so freaking how am I supposed to heal? Guess I go break and take this shit now too. Oh. Oh, he can't do it? Mystery healer. Can we somebody who can freaking spells? Here we go. Oh wow, you can't can only heal in combat. That's so dumb. I guess I should use the med kit then. I don't remember them being much of a. It's fine. My main character's just gonna have to stay out of combat while the other person heals him. Going down the elevator. So far, so good. If your skirmish with security set off any alarms, you don't hear them. Monica leads the rest of the team downward into the basement of the Harfeld Manor. Your payday is waiting. The data vault lies ahead. I'm going to do more hacking. Dietrich eyes the door, then turns to Monica. That's a big freaking vault. Libchen. Bigger than on the schematic. The schematic didn't have a date. Our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should be just on the other side of this door. Monica combs a hand through her hair, parting it to reveal the black plastic sheath of her data jack. A quick vault into the matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. A burst of static crackles through a tiny speaker on Monica's comlink. Iger, still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently on the vault door. Glory looks cold and distant, just as she always does. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not in the KSK anymore. And that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us. The same principles that apply to the Flux state. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. Best get used to it, Iger love. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tells me that it needs an answer. Just in case. Monica stares at you for a moment, clearly irritated. Then that twinkle appears in her eye again. She smiles at you as she speaks into her comlink. Very well. We'll do this one Iger's way. While I'm jacked in, Skirm is in charge. Did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? Oh, I thought you were a pro, Iger. Questioning orders in front of the whole team isn't exactly a pro move, is it? This is ridiculous. Clear the comm, rookie. Now. Monica nods at you. The smile disappeared from her face. Listen, Monica, I know this is a joke to you, but I'm telling you. Iger, Monica's tone is all business. Evidently she has heard enough. The decision's made. You have your answer. Oh, she's done, isn't she? In order for you to take command of this group, she's gonna be offed. Acknowledged. Without another word, Iger's image flickers and fades from Monica's communicator. Sorry about that. Iger can be inflexible. The legacy of a long military career. But she knows what she's doing. And she means well. No sweat. I'll buy her a beer and talk to her after the run. Good man. Iger's skills and experience are invaluable to this team. It would be good to have her on your side. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get this done. Monica turns towards the door, fingers poised at the controls of her cyberdeck, then glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. She's totally gonna eat it, man. Then she punches it, projecting her consciousness into cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing in the smooth, rhythmic staccato that only an expert decker can achieve. Have I got the controller, or is this auto part of the story? No? Just gets the door open. Possible more, I'm just gonna freaking... Oof, I really need to look into getting a new hard drive, because it's getting kind of dumb. I don't know what it is. Like, I have a solid state drive, right? And sometimes it just randomly locks up. Might be new tech, maybe it's just dying, I don't know. Without warning, Monica's back arches violently and her head jerks back. There it is, silencing her terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple through her face, and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying from between her teeth. You look down to see a nub of pink flesh hit the floor, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Gloria leaps towards Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Beatrice surges forward to grab the team's fallen decker in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that rack her body. With Monica's unearthly screams still ringing sharply in your head, you're only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. I'll help her pull the data jack. While Gloria holds Monica's head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack to her cyberdeck. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank and the cord comes free. A wisp of oily blue smoke traces its way from her data jack to the ceiling. The commingled scents of charred meat and ozone fill the air. You've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face, and blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles in her jaw tensing and a look of concentration in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Stay with us, we're gonna get you out of here. Save your breath. Gloria's voice is strained. She's had a stroke. A bad one. She'll be dead before we're even back to them. Talk to me, Monica. What are you trying to say? Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welled up in her mouth comes pouring out in a slick, covering her chest. She expels a thick, guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shapes she needs. Fear. With an effort, Monica opens her eyes again and meets yours. You see pain and fear in her gaze, and something else. Hope? Furschwinch. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts. Then her chin drops to her chest and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room, a computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on its recessed screen. Slowly, she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and she stops fighting. Her coarse, slick jaw goes slack, and she dies. Whoa. And then we have to immediately fight after. I am low right now. This is... Sit back and heal. This doesn't count as cover? That makes no sense. Guess I'll just wait. Oh, you could do it in any order. Right here. Healing. What? No one heal. Oh, okay. So it only heals the damage from the most recent attack, which is... That's such a weird way to do healing in this game. Okay. Well, I'm really screwed now. I don't have a good shot either. I say that and immediately get hit. Wow. Alright. Where can I go? I can go over here. There you go. Oh, it's only him left. I guess I can just Zerg rush him now. No, I can't. Damn, wait a second. I healed 2 HP with my terminal active. Wait, what? Oh, he died. What does this do? MCPOS Building Maintenance Software version 1.01. Command line interface. Internal memory checksum invalid. Whoa, it's all on you. They've sealed the door behind us. We've got to find another way out of here. What are you doing? Monica's trying to tell me something about this terminal. It must be important. Well, any ideas? Something tells me we're going to have more company soon. Stay frosty. Just give me a minute. Do people actually say that? A problem has been detected with a core component of MCPOS. Restore to factory default settings. Restore process will take several minutes to execute. Connected doors and peripherals will be disarmed when complete. Hit the yes button. 0%. As you watch, the number on the screen slowly begins to climb. This is going to take a while. You glance down at the second screen to see that the facility is on high alert. In place of a simple data vault, it seems you've stumbled upon some kind of massive underground complex. A map of the holdfast grounds indicate that the security forces are en route from multiple angles. The door currently being rebooted by the system restore process are flashing a dull red. If you're reading this display correctly, the only exit from this room is the holdfast old servant's entrance on the western side of the building. At that moment, Iger's image winks into your comlink with a crackling sound. The image is grainy, flickering in and out. What's going down there, rookie? Talk to me. Iger, new extraction point. Hold on, where's Monica? Okay, Monica didn't make it. Iger's silence is thick, but when she finally responds, her tone is professional. Roger that. She cuts out without another word. Gloria turns to face you. Her movements smooth and robotic. Her voice comes out in a frosty monotone. What's the play, Skirmer? Monica found a way to open the doors, but it's gonna take some time. Dietrich's painful expression lightens a bit. Of course she did. When the door lock on disarm, we make a break for it. Until then, we make them pay for it. Dietrich's pained expression twists into a mask of hate. His hands begin to glow with primal energy. Yeah, I'm good with that. Alright, where are they coming from? Surviving to the door. It's this one, right? Some whisper. Okay. Here. Well, we should all be getting close to this door. So I guess we'll just all take cover. I have no idea where to go. Can I there it is. Wind dancer. Guess what? It doesn't actually go. Take cover over here. Reload, I guess? Best thing about throwing knives, you don't need to reload. Should we just end? I don't know how far. Can a totem even take cover? I don't know. I'm just gonna end it. It's fine. There we are. Ooh, we got a robot. Target acquired. Okay. Now in that case. Let me see if I can bring it on. 11%, not that big a deal. What the hell can this thing do? Oh, nice. Let's can it move? No. Come right over here. There we go. Time for some lightning. Wow. There are a lot of people coming. Oh, they're out in the open, so. Ah, damn. Wow, I can't believe it was like a 1% chance. And it missed. Just have to. Heavy AoE. Oh wow, you can actually miss from your thing. It doesn't have the freaking Overwatch ability. Alright. I'm dug in. Survive for 6 turns. He's already acided. I guess I should. Oh, here. Give everyone a chance, an extra chance to hit. Sure. I'm an idiot. Why did I thought she was in cover. She wasn't. Still nothing? Man, throwing knives are really not great. Wow, 22 damage is a freaking. Holy shit, okay, nope, they got a heavy coming. I don't know what that guy's all about. Whoa, okay, you got a portrait, you're important. The figure loping toward you is big, even for an orc. The majority of his body is sheathed in a suit of heavy overlapping plates. What you can see of his face looks raw and slick, like old scar tissue, stretched tight over his skull. He wears an expression of supreme confidence. Alright friends, playtime's over. All you Shadowrunners are the same. Skulking, sneaking, steal a vase or two from the museum, no harm. Maybe I let you scamper away into the night. But now it's too late for that sort of generosity. Visitors aren't welcome down here. The gaping jaw of the minigun jerks upward, an impatient gesture, loaded with malice. Drop your weapons and surrender. That's military-grade armor he's wearing, Scarman. Hardened against small arms fire. We'll have a tough time getting through it. I'm less concerned about that armor than I am about that minigun. Those things can tear a man in half. You have 3 seconds before I open the hose. Step here and surrender. I promise I'll make this easy. Something tells me you're going to kill us either way. True, I can't deny that. But wouldn't it be easier if you didn't fight back? The orc shrugs and you hear the distinctive whir of his Vindicator's motor spinning up the speed. The barrels begin to blur as he wheels the weapons to face you. Oh shoot, okay, now we gotta survive this. Can I attack? God, 15%, that's where we go. First of all, let's get back over here so we can run when freaking maximum for the AP every time. Over here. Okay, you're clearly not supposed to be able to do this. I'm pretty sure. He's immune to it. Alright, well. I can get some fire. Sure. Yo, he's just standing in the open. That's how unafraid he is. Well, I'm doing it. He might actually go down. I wonder if you can actually kill him here. Door's open. Wait, hold on. Is there a robot inside? Oh god, there's a robot inside. Okay, well. In that case, take care of this guy. Oh, okay. Easy enough. Reload. Oh. The guy finally decided to take cover. Oh wow, it's harder to hit the further away you are. Okay, well. Escape? Oh, he escaped. 2 more turns though. Oh, shit. Now my wind guy's an enemy. This is really not good. Can I regain control of him? I have to fight my dude and this thing at the same time? Or... This thing's so strong I can't hit it. This is a robot. It's too fast. I actually can't hit it even though it's not taking it. One more turn. It should be fine. I hope. Never mind. Oh god, I'm an idiot. He might get shredded now. Door's open. The door unlocks will allow a click. Your escape route is clear. running the hell out of here. Pretty sure I'm faster than him, so I'm gonna just... There you go. See you later. Oh no. Can I just... I'm out. Do you need everyone to do it? I guess so. What if one of them, the last one, dies? Okay. Oh, he was about to get mowed down. See you later. Get in that elevator. Iger rises from her corpse-strewn perch at your approach. From the look at her face, it's obvious she's already sized up the situation. I knew this was gonna happen. I fucking knew it. We can talk about this later. For now, we need to bug out. Tell me something I don't know. Iger slaps the side of the van. Pile in, people. And Skirmer, when we get back to the cruise bazaar, we're gonna have a little talk. The cruise bazaar, Kreuzberg, home to nearly 500,000 people, and until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that the locals call the Cruise Bazaar, a safe port in the eye of the storm. The ride back to the Cruise Bazaar is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van veers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of streetlights and neon signs plays across your window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon, the van rounds a corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team safe passage into the Cruise Bazaar. Cruise Bazaar? I don't know. Your safe house waits on the other side. Let's get inside. Gotta go through the sewers to get to your seat. Can't happen fast enough, love. The sooner we get in, the sooner we get drunk. Step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Paul Lamson. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face. Light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel. Your team's fixer and landlord. Part deal maker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I have a feeling. How did she? His face has gone ashen. He swallows. Takes a moment to chew out the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking the safe, the next she was on the ground screaming. I've seen Monica hit black IC before. This was something worse. Glory dies. Glory nods. Her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Iger thrusts his gloved finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. Brush her fingers, ignore it. Let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too late. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and micro tremors are good indicators of a decker in distress. I assumed you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those? No, if you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in the basement. Oh, shove off, Iger. We were all on the lookout for physical security, Skirmer included. Throwing him under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under the bus is exactly where he belongs. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Deidre, you know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough, and you're gonna get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Iger, I don't. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your fault. That is enough. Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Skirmer can have it out later, but I've had it. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find it. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume we're all still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Monica lived long enough to say a name. First Schwinch. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The fire wing? That is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The fire wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they have never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course. But for Germans of my generation, the name is Froschwing, which is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. I'm assuming that means fire. I'm assuming that means fire. Okay, the dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Froschwing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There's a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation and no end in sight. It was a horror you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in the hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Oh, is she coming back and we have to do another Dragonfall? Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temple. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Froschwing is a bit of historical trivia, and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Froschwing has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And it's secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. We're probably gonna fight him in the final act, aren't we? That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I'll see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? That's all we got. It's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. You haven't said a thing about our client yet, Paul. You holding out on us? Amsel shakes his head. Wearily. No, sir. I am not holding out. I am tired, and I am frustrated, and I already miss Monica. I did not think to mention our employer because I did not set up the job. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take this run. But she assured me it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man. I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux state. He sighs. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. Well, sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably gonna wrap it. We need to chase him down before it happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There is a man here in the cruise bay, though. A Turk named Altug Baragazi? He owns a little Soykov shop just down the way called KVC. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And do you think he would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people have been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. I'll talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Very well. Tell him I sent you. I'll do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already. Sparse stow it, maybe. Hey, get some karma. Hey, get a dog? Yeah, okay. Some karma. Quickness, huh? Okay, so quickness is about dodge, body, melee. Shaman's in a really weird state then, I guess. Or maybe I should. Two, huh? Okay, so does the thing count as a magical attack? Because if so, I'm gonna have to. Oh, no. Conjuring calculates that she has to hit with it. You unlock an etiquette at what, 8? Or oh wait though. This combat's not super let's go talk to him, I guess. Talk to the team, we'll probably call it soon. It's been an hour. Okay. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there's still an aura of power surrounding this man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Skarmer, welcome. I have a bottle of snaps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. Take the bottle to Monica. The liquid in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. Takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Skarma. What made you choose to come to Berlin? I have my reasons. Such as, come on boss, I'm trying to figure out who I'm working for here. I think I deserve that much. Well. Huh, this is the one you choose your own backstory things? Shadowrun drop out of sight for a while. Sure enough. I think that most of the team is here to hide from something. Not me, of course. Given the chance between hiding from something and punching a smack in the nose, you know which direction I tend to lean. But most of the others? Yeah. Even Iger's hiding out from something. Really? How do you know? Intuition. Got a nose for damaged people. Of course, I've spent most of my life running with, and playing for, folks who are damaged in one way or another, so that might have something to do with it. So, things got heavy back in the Verplex, and you decided to bail and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? There was a bit more to it than that, but yeah. So you came on to Berlin, back to Berlin, and to Monaco. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. We're treading into dangerously personal territory here. Are we? Sorry about that. Never been much for boundaries. All the same, I'd like it if you told me. I always intended to get to know Monica better, but it's too late to ask her in person. I knew Monica well enough to know what you mean. She did have a mysterious way about her. So what was the deal between them? Don't leave me in suspense. Very close. Figured as much, not from anything you or Monica said. Just had a suspicion. Well, anyway, good on you both. Dietrich raises his bottle to his salute. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Oh, we got a dog? Got a Doge? As you start toward the safe house, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog. An enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Don't worry, boy, we'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. Started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stopped, kept. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking at those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Scratch Dante behind the ears. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. Guess the dog is going with you. Well, Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with that luck, my friend. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters and get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now, I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Yeah, mentor character always eats it, man. Should we have it out with Iger right now? Let's talk to Glory first. Glory's beautiful, in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in her delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory's rocking a heavy load out of cyberware. From head to toe, she looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bones. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon. But Glory's cyberware is all first generation. All of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Skirmer? Glory shifts her gaze to you. Her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? Use astral projection to read her aura. Without shifting your attention away from Glory, you allow your consciousness to partially slip into the astral plane. As your third eye opens to the hidden world around you, you feel the familiar tinge of dormant senses awakening. The room you're standing in slowly shifts to match its true nature, a lifeless expanse of gray, ugly, and cold. Your own body, however, explodes into a swirling chaos of scintillating color. On the astral plane shimmers into view. You focus on Glory. You can still see her with your corporeal vision, her delicate frame, the bulky cyberware that breaks her silhouette, the faraway look in her eyes. But laid over the top of her physical body, there's a slight shimmer, or aura, damaged though it may be. The chrome that Glory's sporting has really done a number on her, whatever she may have been before she went under the knife. Her aura is now reminiscent of the room she's standing in, a cold, dead thing, mockingly sculpted into a facsimile of life. Somewhere within that mutilated aura, a shred of humanity awaits, but finding it isn't going to be easy. Okay. Suddenly, Glory's body language changes. The look on her face is somewhat between suspicion and alarm. I got something in my teeth? You're staring. With an aura just shredded by cyberware and surgery, it's going to take a minute to gather any useful information. Just trying to figure you out, Glory. You got a lot going on. Which one? I mean, maybe she doesn't want to... Maybe she doesn't... Okay, so in this universe, for people who don't know about Shadowrun, the more cyberware, like implants, augments, I guess, if you talk in Deus Ex terms, you put in, the weaker your aura or your, like, life force gets. So, depending on how strong your physical body is, you can only have a limit to how much augmentation you can take. Just trying to figure you out, Glory. Got a lot going on beneath the surface. I imagine we all do, yourself included, and yet you don't find me gawking at you. As Glory speaks, you continue to focus, sifting through the void left by her vintage chrome to find the tatters of an original essence. Finally, you catch a glimpse of color, a flash of her true self, and behind it, something else. In a reflexive panic, your third eye slams shut. The hidden world of the astral plane disappears from view, but an after-image of what you saw remains, twisting in your mind. Glory is, or was, magically active. The shred of her essence that flitted past her vision left you short of it. What's more, you'd wagered that she had real power once, terrifying power, of a sort you can only guess at. All this was surprising, but it was what you saw behind her aura that chilled you to the core. There was something connected to Glory's essence, a metaphysical tether stitched into the fabric of her soul. It reminded you of a leash. You can't say for sure what was holding the other end, but whatever it was enormous and ancient and cruel. And you can't shake the feeling that, as you looked into it, it stared back at you. Trembling, you find yourself back in the mundane world. Glory's still staring at you, her neutral expression ever so tinged with annoyance. Hey Glory, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. Sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, find another Decker. Monica won't be easy to replace. Best start looking now. No question. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reasons, you understand. The edge of her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing this conversation. Of course, we all have our secrets. But if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Let's see what should I say? We need to talk about what I saw in your aura. I knew this would happen. Look, my aura is my own business, and none of yours, understand? Agreed, but that thing I saw was tied to your aura is as much my business as yours. It saw me, Glory. It saw you? That's what you're worried about? A shrill laugh escapes from Glory's lips. You'll be fine. Want to know a secret? It's been watching you for your entire life. You just never knew what it was watching until now. Some of us have bigger problems. For some of us, it takes a more direct interest. But I fixed that problem years ago. She gestures down at the vintage crumb that riddles her small body. The interest is still there, but it can't do anything about it anymore. Not unless I let it. So drop it, okay? Oh, we're gonna have a secret boss? She pauses for a moment, and the hard expression on her face softens. Look, I understand that you're trying to help me, and I appreciate it. I do. But I'm not ready to talk about this yet. Maybe when we know one another a little better, okay? Until then, just give me my space. Okay. Well, time for the blowout. Iger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her death. She clearly still blames you for my death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push this up. Don't push me on this. One of these days, we're gonna hash this out, and you can talk about it all you like. Clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends, but it won't be today. Fair enough. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. Best of luck with this. Now, please. Alright. Am I supposed to force her to apologize? Let's get some belongings. I don't think there's anything else here, right? Oh. No, it's just her station. Alright. What is this? It's like a freaking storehouse. Alright, well, let's call it here. Can you save? You can't freaking save the game manually? It's so weird. Alright, well, let's just call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. I might get Nino Kuni too. We'll see what happens.